Some of the hardest seasons is when nothing is happening. And if nothing is happening, what do you do when you're doing the right thing, but you're still stuck in the same place? What do you do when you're praying, but heaven feels quiet? What do you do when you're being faithful, but it feels like nobody notices and nothing changes? Because that's where a lot of people are living right now. Not broken, just tired. Not rebellious, just worn out. And here's the tension. How long do you keep doing good when it doesn't look like good is doing anything for you? How long do you keep serving when you feel unseen? How long do you keep praying when you feel unanswered? Because weariness doesn't always show up as quitting. Sometimes it shows up as showing up without joy. Sometimes it shows up as obedience without expectation. Sometimes it shows up as doing the right thing while quietly wondering if it still matters. And if we're honest, some people aren't thinking about walking away from God. They're just thinking about slowing down with God. Just pulling back a little, just doing enough to get by. And into that kind of space where faith feels slow, obedience feels heavy, and silence feels long, Paul writes a word that cuts right through the fog. Because Paul doesn't start with encouragement first. He starts with a command. He doesn't say, if you get tired. He says, let us not grow weary in doing good. Because he already knows something about life in God. You will get tired. You will hit moments where doing good feels unrewarded. You will face seasons where consistency feels wasted. But Paul is not just naming the reality of weariness. He's confronting the temptation that comes with it. And then he anchors us with this truth. For in due season we shall reap if we do not give up. So the question becomes, people, will you quit in the middle of what God has already scheduled a harvest for? Or will you keep showing up until what God promised finally shows up? And that leads us into this word today. And that is, keep showing up.